Welcome to the bold analysis. The misery about Uhuru Ruto fallout is revealing bit by bit. And I have seen a cabinet memo that has leaked today. I think I think that was Sunday evening. And that was the last memo that Uhuru Kenyatta did on matters SGR. So I want us to look at the details of that memo and how it actually played out. That was in the Sunday Nation today, which is according to that memo. Of course, it's a very long statement. I just want to retract what is relevant for us here. In 2015, the cabinet approved a bill, approved a project for extension of the SGR from Naivasha to Malaba at an extra cost of 500 billion. I think if you compare between the one for, of course, from Naivasha to Mombasa was around 477 billion. On this one was estimation of another 500 billion, but it was still with the China. It was still supposed to be executed with the China. So after the Mombasa to Naivasha port had been completed, the Kenya Railway Corporation signed an MOU with Chinese EPC contractor, China Communication Construction Company, to undertake feasibility study and preliminary designs for the Naivasha-Malaba section, following which a ministerial committee was set up to review the feasibility study. Kipchumba Murkomen has said that it's going to be, they can extend the SGR to Malaba, but it will depend on availability of funds. So the commercial contract for civil works and everything was concluded, and the additional, according to President Uhuru Kenyatta, additional fee, of course, was supposed to be incurred, and it was supposed to be another loan. Let me tell you our loan status. China is number 3 in our loan stock, 20%. Out of 100, after our loan stock, out of 100, China is at 20% and is number 3, ahead of Eurobond, and I think IMF and World Bank, but it's way low below the IMF and the rest. So this is something that is already here. In 2015, this is where, this is what, of course, I see as change why the SGR fallout between President and former President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy occurred. The cabinet in 2015 approved a preferred route for the extended line to Malaba, and it was supposed to run from Naivasha through Narok, Bomet, up to Kisumu, then Kisumu via Yala, Bumala, and Malaba. For those who have gone to Naivasha port, I went there. Naivasha port, when you are from Nairobi, you don't go to Nakuru direct. You come with the Narok road. After Maimahiu, you connect as if you're going to Narok. So it's in between there, somewhere around Suswa. So I've always wondered why they normally say it's in Naivasha, but of course that place is within Naivasha. But it borders Narok and Nakuru. So from where it is, it was easy for him to go through Narok, then Olunga, Bomet Way, Sotik, that route, all the way to Koru, Kisumu. Yes, but I don't think it can also get to Kisumu through Nyamasaria, because people who know Kisumu, Nyamasaria and Kondele, connection between Nyamasaria and Kondele and Otonglo, I think there is a flyover. So even how it was going to Kisumu, it's something that is interesting to how maybe to see how it will come through, because again haiwezi kuja through Kachok, otherwise itakuwa inapita katikati ya lake, which is not possible, so it has to come through the Kobukibo side. Interesting. Now I think only a few people who understand Kisumu might get that gist of it, but that was the initial route that cabinet passed. But then after that was done, um, land grabbing elites, decided to go and make estimation. Of course, they had got just where it was going through, and they bought some huge chunk of land awaiting a compensation. When someone is asking about the 500 billion, the 500 billion was also supposed to compensate those who are going to be displaced when that construction is going on. So land cartels went and bought some chunk of land around that route, of course expecting that when the SGR project to Kisumu was going to be done, they were going to literally benefit from compensation. But then Uhuru pulled another clever one, and a last minute decision was passed in cabinet to divert the route. So the route was diverted from the Central Rift Valley corridor through Narok, through Nakuru to Narok was a significant. Now, where it is, I'm telling you, it's in Suswa. So Suswa is on your way to Narok, Bomet. So cabinet passed, and I think they realized that they could significantly change the significant change of the route was going to help, and so it went through Nakuru. Remember, where you've gone to the other side of both chambers expecting compensation, but abruptly a cabinet passed that resolution and it went through Nakuru. So people who know, I think it's Nakuru, Njoro, that side, it doesn't connect with this one. So it passed the other one. There is the northern corridor. The northern corridor is that Yunji and Bomet, Nakuru, Yo. But then there's this other, I think the southern side. So that is a development that really icked or disappointed land cartels. And there was a politically influential elite on learning that the new route had gone on a buying spree, and they didn't know. Now there is a speculation is rife that land grabbing elites are among the forces that would push government to extend the SGR to Kisumu. I honestly think that on this, it should be based on financial viability of the project. One of the biggest challenges that even the SGR from Mombasa to Nairobi Container Depot and to Naivasha faced was it financially viable? Do we have a value for the money? I think Kenyan people are asking that big question. I can tell you that state capture takes different forms. In my next analysis, I'll give you a mind-blowing analysis on how actually state capture plays out. So it's a very big issue. It's a very complicated thing, and on this, people lost billions. I've read that article, and when you're just trying to also to make some peer analysis and just talking to people here and there, this is a huge, and of course, powerful people who are in the decision-making table are the people that understood what was going on. I just want to point out 3 things that William Ruto should check out for. Of course, I have seen the projects that are being touted on development that they want to bank on PPP, public-private sector partnerships. I am very good, I really advocate for public-private sector because, project financing in the country is one of the biggest challenges that we are facing, and the domestic market is not that elastic enough that government can depend on. But we have very rich people in this country that have idle money. So if this money can be pumped in some sort of a project, it's something that buy for. But then PPP should be looked, because for long it has been the breeding site for civil servants to do business with government. It is the breeding site, and I think there was an Ndegwa commission. I think it was a lawyer, a judge, did some gave a verdict on that, whether government officials could do business with government. I think Ruto should just seal that loophole completely if he means business with it. PPP should be very rigid so that you lock out. I know it's not easy to do it in totality, but you reduce people doing their business with government, because that is where the taxpayer does not get the value for the money, simply because someone is calculating on how he can take the money. So, to my opinion, that is something that really everybody should look to. But what about a campaign pledge that we are not going to invest in capital intensive, but the priority is going to be on the big projects, on labor intensive? Why did we have that U-turn? I'm going to look at that very critically, perhaps before, after some time. So we really made that U-turn. And why exactly? Because I'm yet to point out one. We should evaluate financial significance of the SDR through quality active public participation, and it should be stakeholder approach, where we talk to the people that are really interested and people who have a stake in this. I believe that it can be a very viable project, but then if it's going to Kisumu, the question is, how is it going to activate operations at the port of Kisumu? And because we're heading to Malaba, don't we think that it will be an exit, it will be a terminus, an exit for goods to Uganda? Don't you think that Ugandans are going to benefit more because importers from Uganda are going to use the rail? I don't know. I might be thinking loud, but we are yet to see. If you ask me, there are some kind of these projects, mega projects, that could be at the center of that fallout. We are yet to know what exactly happened, even though it's not urgent. That's my bold.